Hello everyone, welcome back to alkaline hydroxide 784, and today we are once again doing the TDBTP. Actually, it's not that hard to say, I just realized. Okay, never mind. So today we will talk about the mathematics paper 2, because why not? Uh, yeah, it's coming on Thursday, so yeah, correct. Okay, so after finishing paper 1, some of you might feel very discouraged or something like that. I don't know. While some of you might feel happy and, oh yeah, I survived this paper or something like that. So, yeah, at this stage, I think you should just just don't think too much about it. Like, move on and think about the next paper because it's as with everything in A level, sometimes if you overthink about the previous paper, you may end up not focusing much on the next one. Of course, you can still go and look at Reddit and read all the comments for like half an hour. But once that half an hour is over, just forget about everything and focus on the next paper. So, anyways, oh great, I wasted 1 minute on this. Actually, no, it is still important advice. So, okay, so of course, don't forget all of your maths, obviously, because you still need some of it for the pure math section in paper 2. And the rest of paper 2 will be your statistics. So if you're the kind who is a bit weak at statistics, good luck. But actually, if you are good at statistics, you can get a lot of free marks in that sense because statistics is really just GC dependent. And as long as you memorize or at least know how it works, like you know how the procedure works for each of the topics, you should be fine. The only topic that usually presents a problem is probability because it's a lot less certain than the other topics. Like you could be asked some very weird question that you cannot really answer. But for the other topics in the statistics section, they're quite predictable. Like it's very straightforward. Like you know what procedure to take once you read the question. Like for example, if you're looking at sample testing, it's pretty straightforward. If you know that you're trying to find something, like if the sample given to you is larger than the average, like larger than the mean or smaller than the mean, accordingly you would do the testing in your GC based on what you read. There isn't any like third way of doing it. There's only like that one particular way of doing it. Second or okay, I don't know what I'm saying, but you get the point. There's no other real way of doing the question. The only case where you might face confusion is if you read the question and your mind somehow translates it wrongly, or if the question is a bit of a weird scenario and maybe there's two different samples being joined together, so that may confuse you a little bit. But if you know how to overcome that, you should be fine. Don't worry about it. So generally in paper 2, they tend to give you the like because they cover most of the pure maths in paper 1, they tend to leave the so-called more difficult questions or the more complex questions in paper 2. Yeah, they will give you lesser questions, but those questions are harder. I don't know. That's the general trend. I'm not sure if that's really true. It may not really be true, so don't take my word for that. But just be prepared and like don't forget your pure maths at all. Of course, you can try to take hints from what topics were covered in pure maths or what topics were not covered there. If the topics wasn't covered in paper 1, then it's very likely that it will be there in paper 2. So that's a heads up, I guess. If you really need the focused studying, then you can use this for your strat to figure out what topic to study more of. But I believe the day before your paper, you might be a bit tired if you had a paper on that day itself. Like if you take linguistics or something, you might feel a bit tired after your paper. So do take a small break before you continue with any maths revision. And like I said, I don't think you should try to spend too much time on practicing questions. Like don't try not to do anything after 7 p.m. Just chill and prepare your mind for the next day because that really helps for some people. Of course, for some other people they need to study overnight, so I can't stop you from doing that. It's up to you to decide. But really, sleep does help. It's not just about studying for the paper, but the conditions on that day. So let's just go to the paper itself. I think like paper one, you will just get a lot of paper to write on. And of course, you need to make sure your GC is charged, even more so than for paper one, because it is this heavily involves your GC. If you do know how to use the stuff in your standard calculator, then please do, take, if you do know, it will be a good advantage, just in case your GC dies on you. You can at least have another place to check your answers or to calculate stuff. Maybe if unfortunately I haven't really gone to that particular episode yet, maybe I should have a video showing you how to use a calculator, scientific calculator. Okay, I'll try to do that. Anyways, so please bring your calculators, both of them. Just bring both of them and hope that they work. If make sure that the GC is charged fully. And also, I bring the stationery that you need. If your pens, pencils, ruler, whatever you need for your paper. And I do remember that in statistics, for you might need to draw the little graph thing with the crosses on it. And for that, you actually need your GC to some extent, because you're gonna be plotting it on your GC before you draw it there. Oh wow. So yeah, in a way, I can't really say much. But if you think about it, you should be able to, yeah, as if you're still having doubts on how to use the GC, then I have nothing to say, because my GC doesn't really work, so I can't even show it to you right now, unless I borrow it from someone and show it to you. Maybe ask your friends or your teacher if you really are still confused about how to use the GC. But by right, your school notes should have some information on how to do it. Just go to the stats section and plot the data, and then you can use it to calculate your R and your R square and all that stuff. Yeah, so I think that's about as much as there's nothing really much else to talk about, because the procedure is pretty much the same as paper one. It's just going to be a 3 hours paper. If you see any questions that are difficult, then you skip them first and then come back later. I mean, you can use this for skipping your probability questions first, but always do the first part at least, the part A, which just asks you for some arrangement of this many objects. Just do that part first. At least do that, you can get 1 mark for that. Okay, so yeah, that could be your strategy. Just do all the other questions but probability, and then do the probability one at the end. Yeah. um I guess there isn't anything else new to say for paper two, so I suggest you just go and go on with your revision, I guess. If you are relaxing, just relax a bit more, get your brain ready for the next day. And if you're nervous, just do some deep reading or listen to some music. Do something that makes you feel better. Or if maths makes you feel better, you can do maths. I don't know, it could be possible. Sometimes maths makes me feel better. I don't know why. I don't. That's how I managed to record a series even without like really looking at my notes again somehow. Yeah. Anyways, good luck for your papers, not only for your maths but for all the other subjects as well. And if you found this useful, that's good. You can subscribe, I guess. With that, I would like to say thank you and bye.